They say strong women wear pain like they do stilettos, that you never know how much it hurts. All you see is the beauty of it. That is why today we'll be talking about the pain of a woman. If you've been trying so hard to understand your woman, the mood swings and all of that, then this is the show for you because we're going to be leaving it all on the table. Welcome to the time. My name is Kwelumi Buari.
And my name is Ruby Okezie.
My name is Tolu Thompson.
And I am the melanated Victoria Gure.
Indeed, and we are all here representing the female and women race.
Yes.
yes.
So, today we're
Girl power.
Girl power. Girl power. So, we're talking about the pain of a woman. So, first of all, right, because I know there are so many areas that we would want to touch on, so that, for clarity's sake. So, how many areas or how many, how many areas do you think women experience pain in? And I'm sure there are different levels of pain in different areas and aspects of our lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
So first of all, what are the aspects of our lives that we experience the most pain? So I know we have in the office, we have health, physical and all of that. What other areas?
Emotional.
Yeah, financial.
Sounds vain, but
society
beauty.
Pain. Yeah,
Beauty.
society pain. Standard pain. Like there's a standard society holds women and expects women to meet. Sometimes realistic, sometimes unrealistic.
You also said?
I said beauty. Although it sounds vain, it's actually a very true thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, let's start with, beauty. Because I mean, you start from here and then you go outwards. So beauty, what would you say what pain have you guys experienced? Because I know we're talking about women, but we have to personalize it. Ruby, what would you say the pain that you go through as a woman in terms of beauty?
In terms of beauty, yeah, I feel like most times we always wish we had something. I wish I had her legs. I wish I had her eyes or something. There's always something you wish you had in someone else.
Yeah.
So for me, I would say I don't really like my fingernails. So
For real?
They're really short and they're like, I don't like them. So yeah, that's a part of me that I would say, oh, I want to change these. I don't like these. But I think for now, I'd say my beauty aspect is I feel a bit satisfied and contented with that.
Because you're a beautiful for the most part.
Beauty queen. Beauty queen.
I love it. I mean, I think that society holds women to a certain standard.
What standard?
Yeah.
You should look a certain way. And it's interesting because society is not like the standard they hold women to is not standard. Like it's not static. So it could be this 5 years, they expect you to be lepashandi and tall and slim and, figure one. And then in the next 5 years, they transition into, we want a figure 8. Your hips don't lie. And then you have to have the backside. And then, 5 years down the line, they're like, you have to be thick. And then the regular woman is just like, oh my God, what do you guys really want? Because let's be honest, in as much as we try to say, everybody's beautiful in their own skin, whether you like it or not, or in their own way, whether you like it or not, people can make you feel a certain way about your body by the things that they say, how they look at you, the perception. I mean, back in the day, you were either slim or fat. Yeah. Now, if you use the word fat, it's like you're insulting someone. You have to say, plus size. But really, sometimes, or thick. But really, sometimes, you just mean the word fat literally, not in an abusive way.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So all of these standards are holding women. Okay, what about the woman that is naturally, plus size? I can't even say the word.
I'm chubby. I'm filled with the love.
So all of these standards just, make women feel something. But if you ask me my own personal opinion, I'll just probably say my height. I wish I was a bit taller.
For real?
Yeah, just a little bit taller. Because my sisters are tall. My 2 sisters are tall.
I don't know. Sometimes I wish I'm tall. Sometimes I wish I'm short. It depends. Because I feel like short ladies are very dainty. You can carry them up and down. I want to be carried so bad. But then sometimes I want to be tall because I need to reach certain things. But since we're talking about beauty, first of all, I mean, what's the difference between when we are saying pain, right? A woman's pain.
Yeah.
Isn't that just, if you're saying beauty, isn't that just insecurity? Or do you think there's a difference?
No. It's definitely linked to each other. Pain, beauty, the pain of beauty and insecurity is definitely linked. And I can give a very good example. Over the years, we've noticed women appreciate their natural hair, whether it's relaxed or it's in its natural 4C curl. You've appreciated your curl. And thanks to Beyonce, we even appreciate it even more. Well, she's not the only person fighting for it, but yeah, you know what I mean. So I can give a very good example of hair loss. Hair loss is very common. We've heard of alopecia and whatnot. And quite I just don't know the number, but a lot of women suffer from it. And you know, your hair, you feel like your hair is what makes you beautiful.
Yeah.
Because there are women that refuse to wear makeup and it's just their natural curly hair that they have up and they're like, yes, I'm African, all that. So when you experience the hair loss, it kind of makes you really, really insecure inside. And I want to bring it back to you as you like husband and wife. I mean, as a husband, you expect your wife to be comfortable around you and you want her to look her best at all times. And the wife wants to look her best for you as well. So when you start balding or you start changing physically and whatnot, it kind of, it takes a hit to your self-esteem. So that is another type of pain that only women would understand. Because a man, he's like, if I cut my beard or I don't cut my beard, you still love me. Like those are very small details. So yeah, it's definitely linked to insecurity. One insecurity of mine is I have different pigments on my body. Like some places are more melanated than others. Like one thing growing up, I was so insecure about my hands because they're extra like melanated. And my mom's hands are that same way. My sister's hands are the way. So I always used to like hide my hands or sit on my hands. And it took me affirming myself so much to be like, okay, you know what? These are the hands I have. Take it or leave it. This is me.
I mean,
So,
so I was going to talk about the pain and where you were trying to describe whether it's pain or insecurity. And she talked about hair. You know, I mean, some women, you know how they say no pain, no gain. There's always the pain with the
beauty is pain.
Beauty is pain, yeah.
And money.
When I braid my hair, I'm not joking. My neck is like this for like another 3 days because my scalp is really soft, and then these braiders they'll be pull it, and I'm like, life is not hard.
I mean, so if we're even talking about beauty and all these things, I'm surprised that I understand, you know, what society says and everything, but I'm surprised no one is actually talking
Skin
about
color.
Not even skin color.
High heels
and corsets.
I don't think
heels and
I love
corsets.
heels.
Figure and everything.
The hourglass figure.
Exactly.
Yo,
I'm
I think some pains are enjoyable. For me, I like wearing heels.
Nothing that stops your blood from flowing.
I enjoy wearing heels as well.
Yeah, I know it's painful, but I like it.
You like the pain.
I love wearing heels. I love wearing heels.
no.
Heels make me feel really pretty
sexy.
and really tall. It makes me feel empowered. But then there's a duration. I'll give my heels like 3 hours and then I'm like, okay, you need to get off.
I can bear the pain actually. I like it.
I
Like
wear heels for a long
heels just
time.
does something to my walking step. Like it just does. I don't
Ashe,
know.
when I start to hear bang.
You know, yeah. But you know, I mean, so still talking about beauty pain generally, you know, skin color as well. I mean, big shout out to Beyonce as well, brown skin girl. She has made the average brown skin girl very proud of her skin.
Yeah.
But you know, there was a point or there was a time in society where if you were not light skinned, sorry, even till now,
So I was about to.
some video vixens have come out to say, oh, the
They didn't get jobs.
No, they even got job. They even got to. They said the artist was like, no, I'm not shooting because she's not light skinned.
So I actually want to ask you, Ruby. You know, there's something.
No offense, Ruby.
But you know, there's something people call, you know, like
light skin
girl privilege or pretty girl privilege. Has anybody ever said that to you before?
Yes.
What situation was that?
It was just I was chilling with some new friends and they tell me that that they don't really see light-skinned girls that are really, you know, down to earth and cool with people and maybe like humble and friendly. And I'm like, oh wow, really? They're like, that they feel like I'm pretending for a certain time, and then
I hope you know where that is coming from. I hope you know where that's coming from. Like, no shade to the light-skinned beauties out there, but then I feel like for some light-skinned people, they've actually taken it to their head, like it's embedded in their brain, that it has literally affected how they interact with other people. Now, unfortunately, you're on the receiving end because everyone will just categorize you as all you're all light-skinned, so you're all the same.
Everyone to be the same.
Yeah.
So it's just messed up.
I could say the same thing about black girls. I could say the same thing about black girls, where we are automatically defensive. Like the moment you want to even say anything about our color, we'll be like,
so,
excuse me, what are you trying to say? You see,
don't touch my hair.
Exactly.
And I think that it leads to a lot of people bleaching their skin and
Yeah.
toning.
Oh, there's
and all
such a
of
high
that.
rate of bleaching everywhere, not just even in Africa. You'll be
In
surprised
India.
that India and even Korea.
Indians are concerned about
Korea,
it.
They are still concerned about it. I
True.
think it's just worldwide.
There's
the fact
literally
that
a market for the
man.
bleaching cream. The
Yeah,
bleaching cream
they make a
industry.
whole lot of
Billions,
Yeah,
money.
it's a
billions
billion-dollar
every year.
industry.
Everywhere,
because
even in Nigeria,
everywhere.
everywhere.
And talking about bleaching or talking about beauty standards, let's not forget that another side where ladies experience pain is in a form of
discrimination,
especially maybe in the workplace or official setting, for example.
There's a glass ceiling.
Yes. So I mean, people say, okay, gender equality, and a lot of people actually come to argue that everybody's still fighting for gender equality, that it doesn't really stand in today's conversations because we have a lot of ladies that are employed. Some ladies are even earning more than men. So do you think those conversations are still justifiable? Do you think there's still a certain level of pain being experienced in the office area
Definitely.
as a result of you being a woman?
Definitely.
I mean,
as a
gigs, as in this entertainment industry, they would ask you, "Oh, are you married? Or do you plan to have kids anytime soon?"
Yeah.
I got that question.
I
got that
So
question.
because I'm trying
I
to
got
build
that
a
question.
career, I should now pause on my family or my child raising or getting. That's why a lot of people in this industry are married and nobody knows. I mean, they would hide it for the longest time, especially the women, because they don't want it to hinder their career growth. Like, oh, people are going to say because... And that's a pain. But if a guy is married, it's almost like an advantage for him. Like, oh, he's
now
married.
he's more responsible.
Let's give him the
So let me share my story. I went for an interview. It was a whole process. I think I even shared bits and pieces about it. And they HR called me, the assistant called me, and you could tell that she was so scared to ask me because even she knew how offensive it would be. And she asked me, and she's like, "Do you plan on having kids anytime soon?" Not that it's any of her business, but I was like, okay, it's showbiz, so I understand that. Okay, they don't want me to go on maternity leave, or they want to know, okay, they have this amount of time with me. So I was like, let me not think too much about it and answer. And then she called back and she's like, "Would your husband be okay with you staying out late? This type of industry." And I'm like, I have the most supportive husband, so that's not even an issue. So I answered. And then I spoke to my husband about it and he got angry on my behalf. He's like, if it was a man, would they ask him that? Because men also, these days, men actually also take time off to be with the child. So why?
Advantage for the man, but a disadvantage for the woman.
I understand how offended you felt, but I don't in a way blame her for asking that. Why is because I know someone in this industry who, after she got married, it was literally her excuse to not do so much work. I'm telling you. So she was like, I think I can't remember whether it was maybe red carpet or it was
advantage
hosting.
of
so it was
advantage.
So it would be more like, so her own was, it would be more like, oh, you know how in this industry everywhere African time, and for us, if you've already made up your mind that okay, I'm gonna be at this place for like maybe 4 days, do you understand? And she's there for like 9. She's like, oh sorry, it's 9 o'clock. I'm married now. I need to go home to my husband. I need to go and cook for my husband. So she always used to say that all the time, and everybody now is like, Talula,
I think
please, we need to edit that out. Everybody just be like, oh, she is married, she's this, she's that. And then that thing that happened to me because so I can't remember what happened, but it was meant to be a job or something. And then the person recommended me like, oh, call me for this job and everything. And then so because I had done something for the guy fairly recently, and then the person now said, is she still working? Is she not married now?
Can you
Exactly.
You're not working anymore.
Exactly. Married now, you can't really do a lot of things.
Yeah.
People feel like,
I know somebody in our industry that's been married for close to 3 years now, and people don't really know. She doesn't even wear a wedding band. Like, she doesn't wear a wedding ring because she doesn't want it to hinder her career. But beyond just, entertainment and ladies in acting or entertainment, even in the proper corporate world, as a woman, the moment that they are beginning to see that you're so when you tell your boss, oh, I'm getting married, typically they're supposed to be excited for you, right? But I've seen where the bosses are excited, but they're a bit worried because they know in the next 9 months you're about to take another 3 months maternity leave. So, but do you think if you get married, your productivity reduces? As a woman, do you think the higher you go, the more you age or have more responsibilities in terms of family way, do you think your productivity reduces?
If you have a supportive partner, I don't think
Not at all.
it's going to
To a large
reduce at
extent, I
all.
feel like it even increases because
Yeah.
now you're like, okay, kids might show up at any time, so I need to double my grind now that I don't have any.
But like
exactly.
Pelumi said, the example of that lady now took advantage of the narrative.
Well, people are different.
Some people, exactly. So the reason why I think some bosses now begin to become afraid is because they've actually seen situations where the woman, now starts to become
as active as
because
she
she has a family, she's thinking about 2 people or now 3 people, and then it's affecting her productivity at work. But it's also a pain because you now generalize because not every woman is like that. So now the woman that is actually working and trying to be more productive, even now that she's married, falls into the same bracket because you've generalized that every woman is like that, and that's a major pain for most women.
Yes, a major pain. So since we're still talking about offices, do you feel like they're not understanding enough about periods?
I think.
Do you think?
Especially with male colleagues.
HR, we all knew, like.
The camera and say this, and wherever you know yourself, I'm subbing you.
Wow,
yes,
shade.
You do not understand, and I think it's very unfair and very unkind. You probably do not have a daughter, or I don't know about your wife, but because it's personal, and I'm pained. Like it's a major pain for me. I mean, so I usually have like really severe cramps. And it was, when you just get employed, they ask you all these questions, like, is there anything? And I'm like, yes, I have severe menstrual cramps. And, I'm working with this person and I tell them, oh, I have this, and like, oh, you're not planning properly, you're not doing the right thing.
Lazy.
Yeah, like,
and they
right
forget that these things actually fluctuate.
I don't understand.
Even in as much as you time your period, your
do you understand?
Your calendar is never accurate. They always be
Right.
2 days early, 2 days late. It's very different.
Sometimes you see the symptoms, sometimes you don't. And this menstrual cramps works differently for some women that they don't even feel anything. Some of us can't even move.
Yeah. So it's not even just the cramps, as the ovulation cycle in general. There are times when you have
it's just sad.
It's just sad.
Or you just start crying. Or you're just cranky.
So there's this thing I find really offensive. When, even if you're not on your period and then maybe someone does something and then maybe you are aggressive or you are annoyed and you're showing that you are angry, and they say, oh wait, is it that time of the month?
Like, why are you asking me? What's your
remember there was a time. Anyone that's close to me knows that I'm very vocal about my past horrible work experiences. I remember once I had, my cramps they're painful, but I can still manage it provided I have a painkiller. So now I was in pain and I didn't have any painkillers with me. And then I went to ask, like, can I please leave the office early today? I didn't even ask to leave in the next 2 hours. I was like, can I at least leave by 3, right? Listen to what this man told me. Are you the first person to get period pain?
Can you imagine? Really?
I turned around, went back, said, thank God my friend brought me painkillers. Ever since, I think I resigned like 2 days after that. I was like, I'm not about to, because if this person can treat me like this at my lowest point in the month, God forbid I make a mistake in this office, I will not hear the end of it. Honestly. Are you the first person to be employed because you think you're a woman? Like, he used to say such degrading stuff. Because you're a woman, you think you'll get special treatment. You're busy distracting the male workers and stuff like that. I'm like, really?
That's toxic.
He used to speak to the woman like that.
So do you know, I worked with this boss where, I told him about my cramps and everything. And one time I had severe cramps, so I sent him a message. I'm like, oh, please, I won't be able to come to work today. I'm going to the pharmacy at the moment to, get some painkillers and everything. And then he sends me a message, says sorry for the cramps, just to fulfill all righteousness. I know that it's not genuine. And the episode follows that, oh, it's now a culture that, you are now this, da. And then goes ahead to send an email to the HR.
For real?
That, this girl, blah, blah, blah. But the next day when I got to the HR was now telling me that this is what the HR even understands more than my immediate boss. Can you imagine?
So it's very, very disheartening to be honest. And a lot of people, just because maybe you have a sister who doesn't necessarily experience, mood swings or period cramps, you just feel like every other person is like that. For ladies especially who maybe have illnesses like endometriosis, where it's so painful.
They can't walk.
I have a friend.
Some can't walk.
My sister, her cramps is crazy. Like, she would literally throw up, fall on the
It
ground.
happens to
Like
me.
she can't walk.
Yeah.
It's so severe. Like when it comes, I'm
happens to me,
scared. Like
yeah.
everyone in the house is like,
On
what's
their
going to
toes.
happen?
Yeah.
I feel like because you can't eat at that moment, and you also when you eat, you're going to throw up.
It's like you're sick.
It's
I have a friend who
They
unfortunately
literally
died
induce.
from, so it wasn't directly, period pain, but it was the drugs that she had to use for the period. So she also had, severe cramps. So every month she has to go to the hospital to get injections. Unfortunately, she reacted wrongly to the injection that they gave her, and then unfortunately she lost her life.
That's like
and then
excessive painkillers.
Do you
It's
understand?
not also advisable to take too much painkillers when you're on your period, guys. Just
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's true. I had to wean myself off
sometimes you have
painkillers.
You just have to.
I had to.
be in
Because when
the
your body
pain.
gets used to the painkillers,
I had to wean
it's not
myself
very-
off because I need to start taking them a day before, and then I take it throughout the duration. So there came a time where a simple headache, I would feel the need to take it. Like you just feel
Like
it
you're
felt
addicted.
exactly. So I had to slowly wean myself off to a point that I make sure that I only take at least one a day because I take really strong ones. So at this point I take one a day. Sometimes I even try to manage the pain with hot water bottles and tea and all that.
Yeah,
But
Women are going through
Women
a
are
lot.
going through a lot.
We're
And I
going through a
feel,
lot.
and one thing I really don't understand is we all know that, women actually experience and go through periods. But then why do a lot of guys or most people, especially in the office space, not even in the office space, generally, they just want to pretend as if it's not there. So I've seen that there's a form of, menstrual, I don't know if I'll call it menstrual discrimination.
menstrual phobia.
Where,
menstrual phobia.
Have you noticed how we're also conditioned that if we go to the market to actually buy pads,
hide it.
we have to hide it.
Hide it, like
and I'm
no one should
wondering,
see
like,
it.
why? Like, why do we have to hide it? When it's a natural phenomenon that, as a matter of fact, if you don't see your period, it means there's a problem.
I haven't
There's
even
an
understood
issue.
the fact of like hiding your pad.
Do you hide
it?
I carry it like this. I'm like,
If you want to see,
hide it.
I don't hide anything from anybody.
really, why should
But
I
do
hide
you know there are some men that will tell you, I cannot eat what my wife cooks when she's on her
I've
period.
heard that.
Like,
that.
what does
Is she
that
poisoning
really
you? I don't
But
understand.
so for that, I really don't know if I would blame in a certain way tradition or religion, right? Because there are certain religions and certain traditions that they call it unclean blood.
Really?
So yes, no, for real. So if you're on your period, you're seen as unclean. There are certain churches that you can't enter if you're in your period. You
What
have
kind
to
of churches though?
I'm not gonna mention.
Oh,
but you have to sit outside. They'll give you chairs outside. You can't go
I can't enter
in.
the period.
Are you
There are
serious?
certain religions that you can't pray certain prayers if you're on your
I've
period.
never
Or
heard
you can't
that.
fast. Or
That
you
is
can't do this.
shocking.
No, but that's
That's so
true.
That's
shocking.
very
Okay,
What if I
serious?
lie? What if I
I've
lie?
never heard
I've
that.
never
I'm only hearing that. I'm only
What
hearing
if
that
I
now.
lie
But
about
No,
it?
say
To-
that,
but to the
prophets
men,
will be able to I don't. I
for me, this is directed to the men who say I can't eat
my wife's
my
food.
wife.
I hope you get to see this. Change your life. Change your mentality.
Apart from that, in
Change
this
your
Lagos,
life.
yeah, there are people, those restaurants or those
So let's
salons
not
that
even go there.
like they cook.
Let's not
on your
even
period
go
cooking
there.
right there and they're serving you.
We had this.
God,
okay,
don't
what?
spoil this for me.
What?
By
No,
saying
no,
don't
no,
spoil
no,
anything.
don't say
Just
that,
leave that
please.
one.
I cannot eat
Don't
that food, but you're eating yakini's food on the road.
So can we talk about something else? How,
Yeah.
as a woman, going out, you always have to be extra cautious because, statistics have shown that 1 out of 3 women are abused either emotionally, physically, or in an intimate setting. And, I'm sure we all have, we probably here have experiences of maybe sexual harassment, molestation.
Yeah.
I don't know for rape, but, there's a level of abuse one way or the other. Now, for a woman, I just find it's so painful for me when I can't go out or do certain things that I want to because I'm a woman.
You're worried.
Yes,
you're
because
scared.
you're worried that this and society has made it that if you're caught unaware in certain situations or something bad happens to you, before they blame the abuser, the victim.
It's your fault. Why were you
Yes,
wearing
no,
a
it's your
short
fault.
What was
skirt?
she wearing?
Yeah.
You guys, it's
How
that
did she
deep.
talk?
Like even
what was she wearing? Where was
Exactly.
she? Why was she alone there?
guys, it's a real thing. Like even when I worked a 9 to 5, even now, if I go for an event and I'm the one driving, even when I take an Uber, I am scared. If I'm driving, I'm in my own car. My windows are tinted. The doors are locked, but I'm still
You're
scared.
scared,
I'm still
yeah.
scared to drive
It's
because
so
anyone
painful
can
that
just
we have
come
to
break
be
a window
scared.
or anything. They'll be like, it's a
You're a
lady.
woman.
Boom.
Now, woman.
I'm that
Easily
scared.
take her.
Exactly. We can easily we can easily take her. Exactly.
It's really, really sad because, it's never the victim's fault in any situation. And it's just really heartbreaking that society first looks at the woman or questions the
even
woman.
even the
It's so
law,
sad.
even the law doesn't favor women at all. I mean,
Yeah.
for certain religions as well, if you're caught in adultery, you stone the woman before you even question them, and the man goes scot-free. If a woman is raped and you go to the police, even the police that is meant to defend you, they'll probably be asking, what do you do? What do you wear?
Where were you?
Where were you? Why you?
What were you doing there?
What did you
That's
go
what I'm
there?
saying.
What did they work
They'll
out?
ask you, what were you doing
What
there?
about, what about the pain of where they catch the man cheating and then they call family meeting and tell the wife to still apologize
to
and kneel down and say, oh, come, my husband, don't be angry. Olowo ori me.
That was
You will see disrespect that day.
They'll call
It's
family
what
meeting
happens.
that don't let your
It's
home.
what
They
happens.
say the
That's
woman
the
that
I
will
will
build
not
the
take
home.
that.
If the home is crumbled, it's your fault.
If the man goes out, you need to ask, what are you not providing?
Yes, why
did
you not
let
giving him
yourself go?
sex? Why
Exactly.
you not
do this?
why is the
No
woman's
way.
fault? And I think another pain is financial pain, and I'll explain to you. So you know how in society, when you are an independent woman and you have your own thing going on, it's almost like a pain as well, because they feel like, now on top of it, if you're not married, my sister,
Definitely.
that's another pain on another level.
Yeah.
You have a car now, you are shielded. Go walk on the road so they will see you.
Should we just
Are you
should we just say
joking?
what they say? Ashewo.
That's another one. That's another one. Like, how do you get
You
your
don't
money?
make your money from your hard work. So far, you're an independent young lady who's not married and
Yeah.
you're doing well
So
for
it's
yourself.
almost
man.
Definitely
so it's
a
almost
man
like
doing
it.
you have
and
to
it's so
tone
wrong.
down. It's almost like you have to tone down your
Yeah,
success.
now that we're
Such that if you have so much money, you have to pretend like you don't
Can I
have
say what
so
my
much.
auntie told me when I was very young? She said, even if you make it, don't buy a car, don't buy a
They
house.
they told me the
men
same
will be
thing in
intimidated
December.
By
and they
you.
won't want to marry you.
So why did I
My
go to
aunt
school?
legit told me that. And I'm
Imagine.
like, wait, what? Why should I not enjoy my life? Me,
You
that
know, I
want
used to
to
think
marry.
I used to think
Exactly.
it was a facade until I started getting older and I started
And
seeing it.
understanding.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Now
But
that
it's
we're
a
still
pain.
on the man-woman
Of course it
topic,
is.
another thing that I've noticed in society, it still happens till today, like it started a long time ago and it still continues now, is infertility. Even if the man knows I am
It's
the
his fault.
infertile one,
Yeah.
the woman takes the blame. She takes the fall for
Yes,
it.
she takes
And
the
the
fall for
family
it.
always blames the woman.
Yeah.
And the women, unfortunately, women are silent. Because even if you say it's not me, who will believe you? How many people will
They'll go
will
and look
believe
for
you?
another small girl from the
Exactly.
village.
That's where he comes with
People think-
options. Go sleep with someone else. Or he now starts cheating and has other kids and brings them in for you to take care of
And you
them
cannot
because you're
talk.
barren. And then you're labeled as barren. Do you know how
Barren.
heavy that would be
And
on
then his
you?
family comes for you.
That
Tell me
religious
about
pain.
it.
Like so,
Religious pain.
yes. So there is the one of when you were in your 20s, you were not very spiritual, or you were just young and living your life. Now you started getting older. Life started genuinely. Life just shows you as you get older, and you be like, let me take my spirituality more serious and say yes. She's looking for
She's
man.
going to.
That's why.
Haven't you guys seen those memes? Apparently, in the 20s, women are just chilled in church. When they get to 30, they're like, God, please, 30.
It's like you cannot just choose to be spiritual at any point.
Yeah.
They will tag it to something.
Exactly.
Like,
I
why?
would say something. What about the pain of mothers coming at you like, oh, you're a certain age now. Why are you not married now? Yeah, you're not getting any younger.
That is very, very
you have to be
real.
married
That's
at
very
a
real.
certain age to prove that you're a responsible
okay,
woman and
yeah.
that you're okay and there's
have
nothing
kids
wrong
at
with
And
it.
have kids at a
When you
certain
get
age.
married,
certain age.
3 months down the line, they're already watching your womb.
Womb watchers.
Pelumi, you
Guys, today I have words for people.
They'll say you've put on. You know, you have
Oh
added
my
weight.
God. Can I tell you what
You've put
someone
I'm
told
like-
me? So, right, I mean, we all understand how hormones can be very, very, and I think that's what I feel a lot of guys, especially, because I mean, women will probably understand it more because we go through these things, is the fact that your hormones can mess you up.
Definitely.
You know, your hormones can cause acne, your
No.
hormones can cause mood swings, your hormones can make you add weight, your hormones can just make you feel very unsexy and very unattractive. And it's something that you constantly have to battle every single day with your self-esteem and all of that. You know, as you grow up, your body changes and all of
Definitely.
those things. And you know, I just find it very hard when some people belittle all of those things and just feel like it is you being lazy. Right now, I mean, women who go through childbirth, you've given birth, you have a child. For God's sake, you brought a human being
To the
into
world.
the world. But
It's
then
not
people would not
easy.
focus on that. They'll just focus on that. Oh, your stomach is big. You are not sexy anymore.
Yeah,
You are
going
ugly.
to-
This is where you say, do it if
Body
it's
body
easy.
shaming,
Do it
right?
if
The
do
pain of
it if
body
it's
shaming, we
easy.
get that like almost all the time. Even
Tell me
as a
about
single
it.
lady, even when you've not even had babies, like let's say you're just chubby or you're just a chubby
Even
girl.
if you're skinny.
Even if you're a skinny girl.
You're too dry.
Like, oh, you're too dry.
If you're
Are you not
big,
eating?
You're too big. This part is too big.
What do you
Reduce
want?
your
Oh my gosh.
portions. How many times do you eat in it? How many times do you eat in a day? I was a chubby child. I was chubby. Someone asked me, she's speaking to my mom now, Mrs. Gray, how many times does your child eat in a day? I mean, look at her size. My three of us were chubby. I was the first person to start losing weight. I got so thin to a point that my mom was worried because I overly indulged myself in sport. Any type of sport. No, not even starving. I would eat smaller amounts, but any type of sport I would join until I lost weight. And my mom was like, this is not good anymore.
As
As a child, I think I was like between the age of 7 and 11. Imagine how that messed with me. Till today, I would be lying if it says it affects me. It greatly shaped how I eat, how I dress, how I work out. It greatly affects me because I'm like, okay, I need to fix this. This needs to be perfect.
So you're constantly always looking in the mirror. Oh, this part is coming out. This part is coming out. Can I tell you how one time I was eating at a restaurant and then it was a regular portion of food. It wasn't even enough for me. The first place. And then this man, let's say, explain this food. This man out of nowhere just walks up to me. And you go finish this. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's not my money. You don't know you're a woman. What? You want to chop like man?
Someone deserve what slap.
It was an older person. I was like,
Really?
I didn't even know what to say.
Anywhere.
I didn't even know what to say at that point and at that time. But, finally, to wrap up, do you think there are pains for women? There are lots of pains when it comes to friendship. I mean, a lot of guys say, or a lot of us actually feel like as women, we can't have genuine friendships. You see all these things like, oh, I don't do bestie because, this person can betray you, blah, blah, blah. Or women are not, genuine friends. Or it's easier for guys to make friends, but women are not forgiving. Women are always in competition with themselves. There are a lot of things that people say concerning friendships. Do you feel that way as well? Is it painful to you? Do you think it's one of the pains of women?
Definitely. It's definitely one of the pains because we are emotional, not because we want to be. The hormones also play a role into it. So sometimes you could either be overly understanding or you could clash really badly. So it's very, very complicated. It's easier for guys because a guy is a guy, Monday to Friday.
I think that's exactly true. I think the narrative of women being in competition is overrated.
I'm not saying they're in competition. I'm just saying that sometimes when you're alive, you just disagreed. Okay, let me just finish landing before you go into that. Let me just finish landing. So sometimes because you're overly familiar with this type of emotion, because you're at different times, you might think it's rubbish and the person is overly emotional about something. So when you're over familiar, you would clash. But sometimes you might be understanding. So there is an amount of pain that comes from it.
Yeah. But then again, like I said, I think the narrative that women are constantly in competition, you can have genuine friendships with your fellow woman is overrated. Yes, it exists because some women.
Sure.
So I don't think it's really about the gender. Some people, not everybody will like you, one.
Yeah.
And the person, because some men too, they can do boss, my guy. They don't like you. What they say at your back, you'll be shocked. So I think that women can find. I have genuine female friends.
Hallelujah.
And there's also the pain of when a woman has many guy friends, she's sleeping with them.
Or she's a tomboy. Is it that or she's a tomboy? So, do you want to have?
I get that a lot because I have more male friends than I do have female friends because I've had my own fair share of female friends, betrayal and all of that. So yeah, I get that a lot, and it's a thing. It's a pain for me because at this time of my life, I haven't had a genuine female friendship that has actually stayed for a long time.
What are we?
I know, I love you guys, and I'm trying. I hope we actually.
When you're employed and they say this is a family. We are family, no friends.
I literally saw her grow. So I remember when we were friends in uni and there was this competition we both did. I won it and she was openly beefing me. She didn't hide that. Congratulations, my friend. She was not happy.
She was hating.
Yes. And I felt
your bestie?
not my best, but we're close.
We are friends.
And I felt really bad. But then I saw that over time she changed. She's now
she's really better.
No. She's a lot better now. She's happy for
hope
my
win.
You
saying that she's being real.
No, she's the perfect time to strike.
Because that was a long time ago. She's way better
the friend I thought would be my sister, right from uni, first year in uni, betrayed me right after uni.
Yeah.
And it was so bad. Wow,
Man.
she was literally taking money from my account,
Eh?
my hard-earned money. Like she knew we're so close. Like I'm this kind of person that when I'm very close to you,
share
I'm
everything.
very free. That's why
Even your
I have my
pin?
boundaries because
We'll be
oh my
free,
God.
but without my account information.
No, I do not share my account information. I'm not
Yeah.
that stupid. But then she had access to my phone. She could actually unlock my phone, make videos, send to her phone and all of that. So she would unlock my phone. I wouldn't know what she's doing with my phone at the time. I didn't know she had my password. And she sent money from my account into her account, like severally. Money was just going out of my account. And I'm like, what's going on?
Who is
I went to
debiting
my
me like
bank,
this?
and they told me that, they had to show me my account, my bank statements. And then I found out that my friend was actually taking money from my account. And then
what you were working hard for? She's
Honestly.
Dorime with your money.
I didn't believe it. You know when they told me
Awesome.
at the bank, I told them it's a lie. It's not my friend. But it
You're
was.
still vouching for her.
You were
I
really
had
heartbroken.
several experiences with the female gender, and
You know,
it's really
also,
scary.
There's also
I
the
know, see,
betrayal,
you know what,
put this
betrayal
fear
of,
in
you know,
me.
snatching your man. Some
No,
friends.
everybody has that
I've-
betray. Even men.
Even
experience
men do
that.
it to themselves.
Even men
It's a
experience that
general
too.
thing.
Exactly,
I've
that's
never
a
had
general
that. I've never
thing.
had that. It's a general
But my
thing.
sister has.
I'm sure there are so many more pains, so many more things, or so many more areas in which we've all experienced pain. And I'm sure you've also experienced pain in so many areas. So why don't you comment on probably the things that you feel like we missed? Because I mean, we're just 4 people out of gazillions of women, you know, in existence. So why don't you tell us the things that are hurtful or painful to you as a woman that you feel other people don't understand? And while you're typing, we'll go on a short break. And when we come back, there's more as we talk with the Haces. Don't go anywhere. This is